Hey, 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 hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey!
family, what's going on? This is your authentic love marriage moment with Chaz.
And Alicia.
Hey, family, welcome. Welcome back, and thank you so much for taking time to stroll and even click to see what Chaz and Alicia are talking about tonight.
Exactly. And hey, we hope you all enjoyed your gobble, gobble, wobble, wobble turkey day. So welcome back.
I know I did.
I did as well.
I know I did.
So hopefully your Thanksgiving was great, spending time with family and your spouse.
So hey, tonight, this episode, we're going to be talking about something that's relevant to all couples, right? Even us included, okay? And it needs to be talked about, and we may be revisiting this conversation later down the road, okay? So, babe, what are we talking about?
We're talking about sex communication, communicating sex in your marriage.
So,
and this will be the last installment.
This will be the last installment. We started off with season 2, and the whole subject of season 2. We've been talking about communication in marriage, right? So we wanted to save the best one for the last one, okay? So we're going to be coming starting next week. We're going to be coming with something special. We're not going to tell you about it now, but it's going to be very, very special to married couples and single people, including men and women that are single. We're going to be talking a little bit about our dating process. Okay? So we're going to have some fun. So, babe, take it away.
Hey guys, so what we're talking about is communication in marriage, right? So we're talking about sex and communication, and it's actually coming from the book. If you have the
book is Marriage Coaching 101 Daily Tools. Now you can find our book on www.readerhouse.com. Hey, let's go ahead and get it started with a early Christmas present for someone that you love, someone that's engaged, and someone that is married.
Yes.
All right.
Sex communication is big in marriage. Some people do not communicate to their spouse about their wants, their likes, their desires, or even their fantasies. You can have what you want in the bedroom, and your spouse can help you live out your fantasies. Give you your wants, give you your likes, and give you your desires. All you have to do is ask. Have regular sex talk with your spouse. Find out what they like. Be their fantasy.
Ooh. Wow. And hey, here, these are some of the things that we talk about with our couples who are having issues with sex in their relationship. I know we've been talking a little bit about everything else. If you go back and look at our YouTube page and scroll down, we talked about 7 levels of marriage. We talked about 5 levels of apology. We talked about some topics that's from our book. We've talked extensively about communication in marriage that we're in right now in season 2. So we're going a little bit deeper, okay, in season 2. Right. So
one of the things I do want to add, it says be their fantasy. There are a lot of infidelities in marriage. Infidelities come because when we did an extensive research on it, Chaz and I found out that there was a survey done, and they'll ask the cheating spouse, they'll say, hey, what was the number one cause for you to pursue someone else and to activate infidelity in the marriage? And one of the things was that they were able to be somebody that they wasn't in the marriage. It was like it wasn't, like they were able to live out a fantasy, right? So, like say for instance, my wife, she doesn't like foreplay. She just, hey, let's go get to it, or or the husband maybe, hey, let's just get to it. I don't like foreplay. But then when they were the thing that they were desiring in their marriage is what they was experiencing in the infidelity in another relationship. So when you talk about be their fantasy, understanding their wants, their needs, and their desires, usually on the level of sex communication, sex and communicating, you can cut out all of that.
Man. So, and that was good, babe. Yeah. That was good. So, listen, we want to give 3 things, okay? 3 ways of good communication can enhance sex in the marriage, okay? We're going to give you 3 things, okay? Number 1, good communication gives you a great sense of connection, closeness, trust, and intimacy, which spells out better sex later on. Good communication is great foreplay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 2.
Wait a minute. So let's go back to number 1. So you said it's a great foreplay.
Great foreplay.
So would you say we're not talking about sexting, but to say, hey babe, I miss you or something like that. Like can you communicate via text throughout the day to, get your spouse aroused or?
Ooh, that's up to the couple. Okay. And that comes in with the different love languages. Okay. Number 2, good communication increases vulnerability. Bearing it helps you bear it all. Okay. That's number 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Bear it all? Like
bear it all. Okay.
Look. Are
you can read into it wherever you want.
It's about being bare naked or just bearing it all. Okay.
Bearing it all. Okay. And the last and final one, number 3, good communication about sex can enhance sex. So talking about sex leads to better sex. Those are the 3 ways good communication can enhance marriage.
Yeah, so talking about it brings on more about it.
And here again, right? A lot of times, men, okay, and I'm speaking to my brothers, we're afraid to talk about that. The reason we're afraid to talk about it is because, for one, we respond to the touch, we respond to respect, we respond to all the things that men respond to when we think about sex, right? But here's the thing, even when you're full and satisfied, you don't wait until the urge comes. You don't wait until the frustration comes to talk about sex, right? Because here again, they are emotional, and women are emotional in that sense, and you have to start from the mind, okay, to get them aroused in order for you to get what you want, okay? So the thing is, we have to make sure that everything that we do, we have to constantly think that our women, it starts from the mind, and the rest of the body will follow. Okay, and it's not just when you want yours; it's got to be ongoing even after you get what you want. Okay. So hey. This topic about sex and communication, as my wife stated earlier, it leads to a lot of infidelity, right? And here's the thing. we were coaching a couple one time, and we really looked into infidelity. And one of the things that we started off, we only think about the word infidelity, but we don't think about the word fidelity. Right? Fidelity is when everyone is in union together. Everything is happy. Everything is on a level playing field. The communication is great. Everything, right? But the thing is, when infidelity happens, you kind of got to look at it as what happens during infidelity. First, before the act of intimacy with someone you're not married to, or with someone you're not in a relationship with, communication, right? Communication takes place. It has to be communication before an act happens, right? Before the sexual act happens. It goes into being vulnerable, okay? As number 2 was talking about, right? If I'm not vulnerable with my spouse, but I'm vulnerable with someone that I'm not in a relationship with, or someone I'm not married to, transfer that to your wife,
to your husband,
or to your husband. We need to learn to be vulnerable between each other.
Right. So now that you brought that up,
we're going deep.
Also in the book, on the opposite page of sex communication, is fidelity in marriage.
Ooh.
So I'm going to read just such a little bit of it.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
So it says, with fidelity in marriage, you are pledging your entire life to your spouse. You are promising to love them and cherish them until death do you apart. Some people see this as a death sentence, but if you look at it as pledging to your spouse, you make the decision to love them to death do you apart. That's half the battle. Be the one who commits to a lifetime of fidelity, lifetime of fidelity, not being in infidelity, but commit to a lifetime of fidelity with your spouse and promise to be readily present spiritually, physically, and emotionally to them. Do not allow anything to drive away your attention from your spouse. Be readily present for your spouse and pledge a lifetime of fidelity to one another.
And hey, that is in our book, Marriage Coaching 101 Daily Tools. And again, okay, I want to say it is an early Christmas gift for someone who is engaged, someone who's married, and someone who you think may need this book.
Also for singles.
And also,
it prepares you for marriage.
It prepares you for marriage. So, hey, listen, guys, we can go a long time on this topic, and we can talk about a lot of in this thing, because for one, sex is a big part of marriage, right? It's not the only thing, but guess what? It's in the top 3. I can guarantee you that, because we know, right? So here again, right? It is a inner mental connection with your spouse to communicate about sex. One of the things that we like to do, we often like to talk about it. We like to talk about it before, we like to talk about it afterwards, right? So we have to make sex, communication with sex, a very vital part of our conversation with our spouse, in order to maintain happiness, maintains a lot of other things that goes with the marriage, and it brings a lot of excitement into the relationship.
Right, and it makes it pleasurable too.
Yes. So hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the very last installment of Communication in Marriage, which is Sex and Communication, right? Thank you so much for that. Again, we would like to say to you, thank you. As we said last week during our Thanksgiving episode, thank you so much for tuning in, to hitting like, hitting share on our Facebook page. Hey, listen, we're gaining some more momentum, right? Because we're at towards the end of the year. And, hey, we're looking for some new things to talk to you guys about. We have some new subjects that's on the table that we're going to be talking about in 2023. So, hey, listen, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button. And, hey, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. Okay, subscribe and share. Subscribe and share to our YouTube, Facebook page. Like on our Facebook page, Instagram. Show us some love because we're consistent with this thing. Because why? We're doing it because it's a gift from God to us, and we want to share it with the people out there. Thank you so much for tuning in to Your Authentic Love Marriage Moment with Chaz and Alicia. Any final words, babe?
Yes.
Don't forget to authenticate your marriage. All right, you guys. Hey, everybody, have a safe and wonderful day. And let's get ready for the holiday season, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.